welcome into the PHNX Sun Devils show. I'm Totri, joined as always on this glorious Wednesday by the one, the only, Chicken Little, the blind mouse, Mr. Rubis.
I'm not even wearing the sunglasses.
So which one would you like to be today?
The appropriate one today, and the one I'm becoming very fond of, is Professor Oats.
Professor Oats.
I did have oatmeal this morning.
Congratulations.
You also had oatmeal
Yeah, but
this
I'm
morning.
not actually. I feel like I'm honestly more qualified to be Professor Oats.
That's not true.
I mean,
You're egg boy. That's what you are.
One of us here is a legit professor.
You're egg boy. First of all,
You're
an adjunct teacher, brother.
Eggman. Eggman, if you will. We got
I'm
DJ,
not calling you Professor Totri.
DJ Kyle behind the Mac, making all of the magic happen. Guys, do us a solid. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. We're going to get into some Big 12 preseason predictions, the most dangerous offense, the most surprising defense, and maybe the most disappointing team. Erik, we ready for it? We ready for it?
Yeah, I think so.
Look,
I'm born ready.
That's on the menu today, but we got to start with an appetizer, of course.
Sometimes appetizers are the best part.
And it's a goodbye, if you will. We are saying so long to the Arizona State, Warren Washington of PHNX, Jacob Franklin. It's because you're a tall man, for sure. Jacob Franklin is departing. He is leaving us for greener pastures. Jacob, Arizona State alum. Jacob was a part of the ride for Arizona State basketball, producing a lot of those glorious wins. We had a lot of wins, a lot of win music, a lot of absolutely, a lot of AP top 25 appearances. Yep. All the good stuff. But in all seriousness, Jacob he's made this place go for years on end. None of the shows would be the way that they are without Jacob. But he's on to bigger and better things. Jacob, we're gonna miss you.
Yeah,
you want to say anything?
You guys' show always brought a smile to my face. I actually, for those of you who have never been in our office, which I imagine is a lot of you,
yeah.
Looking behind the curtain, my office is actually the closest office to this studio.
Facts.
And for a long time, this show was in this studio, and it was like without fail at 1:30 or whatever time you guys went out every day. You guys always brought a smile on my face.
It's because we were yelling so much.
Show. Yeah, I mean,
he loves it when we rip into each other and we fight.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, every iteration of the show has been really, really, like, it's never lost the spirit of ASU athletics. So hats off to you guys.
We're just a fraternity, and we're losing our pledge father here. That's what it is. That's what it is. We salute you, Senor Franklin.
I will say, as one of the only producers at the time who has come in from kind of outside the PHNX family, because like Damon and Danielle, they had been part-time with here before and everything. I was kind of the first one that was like, oh wow, this little outsider coming into here, right? And you made it so easy and so smooth for this place is awesome. It's chaotic. It's a lot. There's a lot going on, and obviously you're the spearhead of that, and you made the transition from I was working a completely different job before this, completely different medium, completely different responsibilities, and I was pretty inexperienced when I came here, but you helped out a lot, and you were always doing it with a nice attitude as well, and making everybody smile. And I think everybody enjoyed having conversations with you and just stopping into your office just to talk.
Oh, yeah.
So,
a lot of questions asked in that office.
Yeah, a lot of questions
asked. I
asked.
lead PHNX for questions asked.
Easily.
Yeah, you say we put a smile on your face. You put a smile on all of our faces as well. So we're going to miss you a ton.
Can I ask one final favor?
Yeah, of course.
Can you throw a final forks up for everybody up
you
there?
Didn't have to ask.
We love it.
There we go.
Absolutely.
Electric.
Love it. The one, the only. Warren Washington, Jacob Franklin. There we go.
Down?
There we go. And you're going to be on the Wildcat Show.
Yeah, in
that's
about
beautiful.
30 minutes. Yeah.
That is absolutely beautiful. Erik, you ready to get into the Big 12?
Yeah.
It's kind of ironic. Jacob is leaving as we enter the Big 12. Some say he's running from the competition.
He's running from the grind.
He's running from the
Big 12 grind,
which is understandable because there's a lot of competition.
Yeah,
in this
no, there is. I said this in my tweet out there, but we all went out for a goodbye lunch for Jacob Franklin, and one of the unnamed, unsponsored beverages I had 106% of my daily value of sugar.
That's a lot.
I'm ready to rip, and I'm already feeling myself starting to crash. I feel like I peaked too early.
You got this.
But I'm locking in. Let's get this.
Let's start on a dangerous note. How about that? The most dangerous offense in the Big 12. Who do you think is going to have that title, Erik?
Ooh, well, if we put it up on the screen, give me Oklahoma State University. Now, listen, there is a main driving force, pun intended, behind this. and that is Ollie Gordon.
That's crazy, by the way. That's wild.
What?
It's a wild way to do it.
It's a pot. Listen,
go ahead.
106% of my daily value.
There
man.
you
That's
go.
all
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
you're not wrong.
Ollie Gordon's going to be possibly the best player in this conference.
Yeah.
They have a get-a-job quarterback, and anytime you have a get-a-job quarterback, they're going to be able to hold down the offense as well. A lot of returning players. I just feel like on a night-to-night basis, you're looking at somebody who could easily eclipse 100 yards, easily eclipse 150, and could sometimes even get to 200 on the ground. Ollie Gordon's the mainstay behind it, but there's solid receivers behind there as well, quarterback as well. And I just think that they are the most dangerous. Are they most fundamentally sound? Probably not, but that wasn't the question.
Some off the field stuff.
Yeah, that wasn't the question. So Oklahoma State's my answer. We saw it on the graphic for you. Your answer is?
It's got to be Utah.
That's fair.
Utah for me, I mean, top to bottom is the best team in this conference. There's a reason why they're the highest rated team in the preseason. AP top 25 coming in, I believe, at number 12. A team that for the last 5 to 10 years has been a powerhouse in the Pac-12. And I think there's a lot of people that are Big 12 fans that don't truly understand what comes with Utah and Kyle Whittingham. And this is a team, this is a program that has molded its identity with its coach. And it is a program that is going to beat you in the ground every single play for 4 quarters. And now you're telling me that they get a job quarterback back in Cameron Rising. This was a good team last year, and they were a good team with an average quarterback. And now you bring in a guy in Cam Rising who at the peak of his career was a top 3 quarterback in the Pac-12.
Yeah.
He comes back. It's a man on a mission. He's had a full year, and they've got some weapons. I know Arizona fans, they don't want to hear Dorian Singer's name get tossed around at all. But throw him in that offense mixed with Micah Pittman, Money Parks, and some of the other talented wideouts that they have. We know that they have a damn good tight end in Brant Keithy, and that offensive line is always super, super physical. So it's going to be hard, I think, for really any team to outclass Utah, at least when we're having this preseason conversation.
And that's kind of what I want to like precursor everything with is for all basically the positive categories that we're going through, you have a strong argument to throw Utah in there.
Yeah.
And we do have Utah in there for a couple other ones in the future, not to step on that, but it's the safest choice. It's everybody's safest choice to win the Big 12. They've done it. They have a system behind it. They have the players behind it. There's really not a lot of question marks.
Yeah.
So I think Utah's a great answer. I just don't see the big time playmaker like the Oklahoma State has, right?
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
Like overall offense versus maybe some some highs and some lows with Oklahoma State, but Utah is just going to be Utah, and they're going to be solid for the entire season.
Well, I mean, and realistically, you have a great answer if we're talking about the most dangerous team in the Big 12. I mean, the Oklahoma State players, they do some pretty dangerous things off the field, and their coach as well. So, you know, if we're talking about danger there, then I think Mike Gundy and Ollie Gordon, they definitely fit the bill there.
Most dangerous offense off the field?
Yeah, it's Georgia. And then, of course, Oklahoma
leading the Big
State.
12 with
so
Oklahoma State.
You've got dangerous offenses, but a fun part of every college football season is the team that surprises.
Okay.
Right. So who do you have as your most surprising offense in the Big 12 this season?
This one to me was actually relatively pretty easy.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Iowa State.
Okay.
Now, there's a lot of reasons why I'm high on Iowa State's offense. Obviously, if you're going to talk offense in football, what are you going to say? What are you going to start with? What position?
For Iowa State?
No, just in football in general.
Quarterback.
Right. They have their quarterback. Rocco Becht coming back after a really, really strong end to last season. I believe he had like 446 yards.
Yeah, he was breaking records.
In their last game. And a young guy as well who you're going to bank on growing and being more consistent. Last season, beginning of the season, Iowa State's offense was lacking, but as the season went on, they got better and better. Their leading rusher is back, average over 7 yards per carry. That's Sama. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce his last name. But their offensive line got better. 4 starters are back. Plus, they got transfers as well. They have a good starting 5 across the board there. Plus, they have a tight end. Steve-O is his name. Love Steve-O. Steve-O, yeah.
That's awesome.
Steve-O Klotz. Close. Again, I don't know how to pronounce all the Iowa
Incredible.
State names, but he is somebody who can block as well. And I know this doesn't always, relate directly to offense, but they have a very solid defense, which is going to allow their starters to rest and to maybe have a little bit less pressure and let Rocco sling it a little bit better. So Iowa State to me is probably one of the teams that I know a lot of people don't have them ranked low. It's not exactly like you're picking somebody who's going 10 in the conference and saying they're going to be the best. I think a lot of people have Iowa State in their top 5, but I do think that they're not in that national perspective of a team that can come out and have a really good season. I wouldn't be surprised if they end up somewhere in the top 25 by the end of the season and in a really good bowl game. And I do believe that their offense, powered by Rocco Becht and returning receivers and offensive linemen, is the reason for that.
How can you not root for a guy named Rocco?
You can't, it's impossible.
Yeah.
I mean, I can actually think of...
Unless you're Elmo, then I get it.
No, Elmo likes Rocco.
No, Elmo hates Rocco. Where have you been?
I thought Elmo liked Rocco.
No, dude, you've been off the internet for a while. Elmo
there's a lot of
Rocco.
Sesame Street talk here at PHNX.
Yeah, no, Elmo, Rocco, they are not friends. So I don't think Elmo's a fan of Iowa State.
I will think of a couple ways that you could hate Rocco, and that is if maybe he was in different Big 12 schools. But we'll leave it at that.
That is absolutely
leave it at
fair.
that.
Sharon saying ASU will be the most surprising, I believe. Hey, I'm here for it.
I think the way that people are talking about them,
it's really going to depend on the quarterback play.
Yeah.
They improved on the offensive line. The wide receiver depth, I think, is as good as it was last year. They've got some unique tight ends. The running back room is loaded, as we know. But it really is going to come down to Sam Leavitt or Jeff Sims and who really is able to kind of build some momentum throughout the season offensively. But my answer is the same as Chef in the chat, and that is UCF. I've got UCF as my most surprising offense. Now, I did at a certain point consider having Iowa State there, but with the addition of Arkansas transfer KJ Jefferson, who we saw at Big 12 Media Day, is built like a linebacker at their 6'3", 247. His coach even labeled him as a prototype to Cam Newton, and we know what he did in college.
Who?
Cam Newton.
I can't say I'm familiar.
Well,
that was a joke.
Have you
that was a joke.
Thought about turning on the tape?
No.
Well, you should.
I am actually allergic to the tape.
Well, you should do that. I mean, running from the grind, not turning on the tape. Like, come on now. What are we doing here?
It's just who I am, man.
Do it, man. Do it. KJ Jefferson, if he can fit into this offense at UCF, then I think this team is a team to definitely watch out for.
Sure.
They had a very strong recruiting class. There's definitely going to be some impact freshmen, but you throw in KJ Jefferson with a running back as good as RJ Harvey, who closed out last season with 7 straight 100-yard rushing games, and including a monster game against Oklahoma State where he had 206 yards and 3 touchdowns when they absolutely dominated in that game. So, again, I think UCF is a team that people are going to be sleeping on, but I wouldn't be shocked if midway through the season you're like, why is UCF in the top 3 of Big 12 offenses?
Yeah.
It's because those guys are dominating on the ground.
And I think UCF is one of those teams that is kind of flying under the radar. They're still adjusting or have been adjusting to being in a new conference and having a year under their belt. That's going to be really beneficial for them. Overall, they're kind of one of those teams that I feel like their floor is really high. Their ceiling's a little bit lower.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at them as somebody who's going to end up being a top 4 team in this conference, but I can't imagine them being one of the worst teams.
Yeah.
And part of that is definitely going to be their offense. So I see it. I see it with UCF. I could see a couple other teams. I'm already knowing that our next graphic that we're going to put up is going to make some people mad.
I think it's you that's going to make some people mad.
I'm going to make people mad. I do have a reason for it. And this is a great day to have our U of A host, Mike Luke, in office. He might come physically assault me. So let's get to that.
That's tough. The most disappointing offenses in the Big 12 this season.
You have to think this is based off of expectations.
Yeah.
Okay. This isn't the worst offense.
Hey, Mike.
This isn't. You're such
Mike,
an
Eric's
instigator.
talking shit.
This isn't going to be the worst offense. This isn't going to be a bottom 5 offense. This is going to be a bottom 3 offense. This is going to be the most disappointing offense. I think that the expectations that the Arizona Wildcats and the fan base are putting on their team with their players. Mike Luke is approaching.
Watch this.
I knew this was going to happen.
Come here.
Yeah, come on, Mike.
I mean,
come on, Mike.
Behind here.
Come here.
Behind here, real quick.
Come here.
Right quick. So, Eric, we're doing Big 12. You gotta crouch
down,
a little
Mike.
bit,
Get down,
man.
Mike.
When you're tall like me, though, hey.
Yeah, when you're tall like Mike Luke.
So we're doing big. Yeah, you can pull up a chair if you want to. I mean, we don't really have a mic though for you.
All right, we can share the mic.
Okay, we're gonna share the mic. Okay, sure, why not? Let's do this. A little makeshift action here. So yeah. Dream blown rotation right here.
Right.
So
There he is. He's big.
So he says that he thinks Arizona is going to be the most disappointing offense in the Big 12.
But he's
Based
saying
off
that
expectations.
Yeah, but he's saying that because he just wants to get a rise out of the crowd. The
I don't
great
know what
Erik
you're
Ruby
talking
does
about.
not believe this.
You don't think I'm being genuine?
I think you're being very disingenuous, my
Whoa,
friend. All right,
that's a big word.
let's talk about it then.
Oh, I'm
Quarterback.
so here for this.
Quarterback. All right, now I know you guys got Jeff Sims, so I don't want to talk too much about ASU, but let's talk Arizona. Noah Fifita. You do not like Noah Fifita.
Not fine. I don't think that they're bad. I'm not saying they're going to be a bad offense. That's
Is Noah
not, that's
Fifita
not the
top
point.
10 quarterback in the country?
In the country?
National Freshman of the Year last year, my friend.
I love how he throws in my friend
Yes.
at the end.
no, it's like
Just,
it's,
just to,
Yeah,
clear up
absolutely.
any
it's like I want you to
Yeah,
know that I
absolutely.
like you, but
We're
I think you're
buddies.
stupid.
Yeah.
All right. Just don't be wrong with your answer.
If he is top 10, he's borderline top 10.
Teteroa McMillan. We know the
Yeah,
great Shane
he's-
Diefenbach does
yeah.
not like him, but
He's one of, if not the best wide receiver in the country. Absolutely.
okay. You got, all right, yeah. You got a first-round pick on the offensive line, Big Jonas Sabanea, 4 or 5 starters returning. Why are you not so big on this offense, Erik?
Do you think they're going to be the best offense in the Big 12?
I do.
I don't.
Okay, now I made the
So
case
would you
for
be
why.
would you be disappointed if they're not the number one offense in the Big
I
12?
would be disappointed if they're not in the top 2.5.
2.5.
Yes, no, exactly. So it's got to be somewhere between 2 and 3. So now I did hear you guys talking about. Well, we can get to Colorado in a second. That's
Oh,
your guys'
trust me.
show.
There will be
There will be
Colorado.
Colorado.
All right, but so again, you're not. So you think Arizona's going to be more like 8th or 9th best offense? in
No,
the Big 12?
I would probably say they're about like 5th. But if your
Fifth?
if your expectation is like his face,
5th. Who's better?
I think Utah will be better.
Oklahoma State's better.
Utah,
I think
the
Oklahoma State
quarterback
is
kid,
better.
We don't even know if he can walk.
He can walk.
He
He
can walk.
hasn't played in 2 years.
There's a first time for everything, Mike.
I mean, well, I guess. All right, fair enough.
Oklahoma State.
Alan Bowman. Have you watched Alan Bowman?
Yeah,
10 touchdowns, 10 interception guy. No.
I'm looking at Ollie Gordon.
I like Ollie Gordon a lot, but he might be out for a little while. A little
Emphasis
bit of
on
an
might.
inside information.
Brennan Presley?
Yeah, I'm just saying. Good.
Yeah.
No problem.
He's really talented.
No problem. I like Mike Gundy a lot too.
Yeah.
Good. Keep going. Keep coming.
So we got Oklahoma State, we got Utah, Kansas.
Kansas. Jalen Daniels, another guy. It's like a walking injury. Come on.
But what if he's healthy?
He's good.
Yeah. He's good. He's really good.
We'll
He's
put-
good,
we'll
but
put-
they have a top 5 running back in the conference.
But you guys are also very bold, and yet this I know the great Anthony Totri is this is wearing off on you though, Erik Ruby, about Noah Fifita because he has been a Noah Fifita denier from day one.
Yeah.
You have. You
Yeah,
think
absolutely.
Jaden Rashada is better?
Yeah, he's got more potential.
You say he's better.
Yeah, I'll take him. Give me Jaden Rashada.
Erik Ruby.
I'm not, when we did that tier list, I wasn't on the
I was
same
going to say,
wavelength there.
sometimes greatness only goes so far.
I also think that part of the reason why I think Arizona's offense will be a little bit more disappointing than people expect is because like you guys have changed coaches, you've changed philosophies as well. You have great players too, but I do think that there is something to say about losing continuity and losing the person who helped orchestrate.
Well, you got to remember though, Jed Fish up in Seattle. By the way, like this shirt.
Stinky,
by the way.
rainy Seattle.
I'm so sorry if people cannot hear Mike Luke right now on audio because he's not talking into the
Smelly,
mic.
rainy Seattle. But with Jed Fish, this guy, he didn't even want to play Noah Fifita last year. He kept playing Jaden DeLaura. He wanted to play Jaden DeLaura the whole time, and so no, he gets no credit for that.
All I'm saying is most disappointing based off of what I say fans are expecting from their team. And Arizona fans are like, they're like, we're going to be the best team in the Big 12. We're going to easily make the college football playoffs. Like, we're going to easily be the best offense.
What's wrong
We're
with
going to be
any
one of the
of
best
that?
defense.
That's all right.
Of course, but that's the thing.
But
Of
what if
course
it's not?
Of course
it's
you
not
say
rad,
that.
then we'll
Of
say
course
that
you
we
say
were
that.
wrong.
Of course you say that, right? So
Yeah.
I just think based off of internal expectations, I believe you will be disappointed in Arizona's offense this year.
If they are 5th in the Big 12, yes. You have it right here. Timestamp this one. I almost said Jacob Franklin.
R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. Jacob
Yeah.
Franklin. But I will say, if you are if they're the 5th best offense, I will say you guys were right.
Okay.
How
I
about
mean,
that?
he's the one that said they were the most disappointing. I was getting to my answer.
he went different.
Oh,
Yeah.
you have them as like 8th or 9th, don't you?
I mean, you don't want to know where I am. You don't want to know where I am, Mike.
Because I got to go on the show.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Colorado just for a second?
Yeah, we can talk about Colorado.
All right, Colorado. They are not going to be good this year. We agree.
Yeah, no,
We get-
absolutely.
this is the kumbaya moment
Yes,
for
yes,
everything.
we could-
yes, we know this.
Yes, exactly. We do know this. So basically, it's all of us uniting for a common cause.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I will say Colorado was my number 2 for most disappointing offense.
Well, being that they're picked to finish 11th in the conference.
I mean, I have them overall, and this is a little bit of a tease, but I have them as my overall most disappointing team. Like point blank period.
Yeah, you guys want to hear? I'll leave you guys on this note. All right. Now, there's many people that are saying, Mike, you would probably root against ASU under any circumstance. Not this year, my friend. Not this year. Arizona State, Colorado, if they were to play, say, in the national championship game, those two juggernauts, I would root for Arizona State.
We're clipping that. We're clipping
That's
that.
definitely getting
That's
clipped.
getting clipped.
That's definitely getting
Hot
clipped.
take, my friends. All right. Keep listening to these guys.
Have a
We
good
appreciate
show,
you.
Mike.
Mike. We
Man,
appreciate
this
you.
is true.
You deserve this.
Mike, can you take the chair for me?
Oh.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
All right. You didn't want this?
No, I'm okay.
Where was it?
No, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it's fine right there.
Yeah, sure.
TTFN.
Okay. So, I mean,
I knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean,
knew that was gonna happen.
you decided to pick a fight with an absolute dog.
No, I listen. There is nothing that I could have said right there that would have ever convinced them
No,
to even
absolutely
think
not.
about the same way.
Absolutely
Right. This is all based off of expectations, and for all of these, it's not like I don't think Arizona's gonna have a bottom 5 offense. Right. Like I'm not stupid. I
That'd
don't
be cool,
like,
though.
I don't like Arizona.
That'd be cool.
I'm rooting against Arizona.
Yeah.
I would like for that to happen.
Yeah.
But I'm not dumb.
Yeah.
So like but I do think that people acting like they know how Brett Brennan is going to coach and how they know how that offense is going to run.
That's where
and they
where
lose-
you lose me.
and
That's
they-
where Brent Brennan loses
and
me.
they lose. People are mentioning in the chat like lose offensive line as well. And listen, you do have 2 really, really, really good players on offense. Absolutely. No, Fifita is not a top 10 quarterback in college football. He's not. He's
Okay.
close, but he's not.
Okay.
And T-Mac, I will say, is probably the best, if not top 2, top 3 wide receiver.
Yeah.
But there's so much more that goes into it than that. And again, they're thinking bar none, runaway number 1 offense.
Yeah, there are good teams in college football and the NFL that have a really good quarterback and wide receiver that win 5 games every year. Like,
You would know a lot about that, right?
dude, why are we taking shots at me now?
I
What
figured
I
you
do?
were taking a shot at yourself.
I wasn't though. You called me out.
You basically described the Chargers.
It's just uncalled for, man.
Anyway, what's your most disappointing offense?
Yeah, so after
'Cause
that-
we spent 15 minutes
Yeah.
on mine.
Give me Kansas State. We'll keep this short and sweet. Avery Johnson, I know there's a lot of people that are really, really high on him. Didn't play a whole lot last season. I believe he only played in the bowl game, and I know people kind of lost their mind about the way he performed in that game, which is all great and fine. However, Kansas State, they lost their offensive coordinator. A lot of turnover on that offense just in general. They got themselves a new running back in Dylan Edwards, the former Colorado running back. We know what comes with that. I just think their expectations are a little too high for a quarterback who hasn't necessarily put it together game after game after game. Now, I will say Noah Fifita on the Arizona side has done that, so there's a little bit more tape and I guess just proof that you could back that up with. Avery Johnson doesn't necessarily have that. And then, again, you swap offensive coordinators in January, and you're going to have a new system. You've got a lot of new guys, and I just don't think that offense is going to meet the expectations that a lot of fans have for Kansas State. So
Yeah, fair enough.
that's my take on that. Look, we're going to get to Big 12 defenses here in a second. Again, do us a solid. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a 5-star review if you haven't already. Eric, you brought it up. We were out. We got tacos.
We did.
To depart. Man, I can't speak today, man. That's horrible. To depart the one, the only tall man himself, Jacob Franklin.
Yes.
We went outside. It's very hot outside today. It was like immediate sweat.
Called it an oven.
It was, yeah.
Which is very unique and creative.
It was literally an oven.
Yeah.
But you know what makes it a little bit better?
Please tell me.
Is that I had my Shady Rays on.
Oh, so now you're on my side. Now you're on
what
my side. When I was like, oh, when it's really hot outside, it feels better when you have your sunglasses on. You feel
I do
cooler 'cause the
remember you
sun's on
saying
your eyes.
that. I do
And
remember.
I got so much shit for that.
You did.
But I'm right.
You are right. I'll
And
give you that.
especially right when you're wearing Shady Rays.
Yeah, Shady Rays, guys, whether you are at the pool, whether you're going to get tacos, whether you're playing golf,
Whether you're on a show.
Whether you're on a show, make sure you have your Shady Rays. Block out the sun and block out the haters the same way that Erik could have if only he was wearing his Shady Rays today.
I know they're in this office somewhere. I wore them into this office from walking out. And when I saw you were wearing yours and we're in the big studio, I was like, I got to go grab them.
Yeah.
I couldn't find them.
Well,
but I will find them.
You know the benefit? Let's say you did lose.
Okay.
Your
let's
Shady
say.
Rays. Shady Rays has the best protection out there. Okay.
Yeah.
You can exchange it for a new pair or return worry-free within 30 days. There is no risk when you shop. Their team always has your back with personal and fast support. Every pair is backed by lost or broken replacements. And exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays giving out their best deal of the season. Head to shadyrays.com and use that code PHNX for 35% off. Polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself. The shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people.
All right. You saw Mike Luke get on here.
Yeah.
Mike Luke and I,
Pals.
JJ in the chat said Mike's a good guy. And we can disagree on what school we support and who will be the most disappointing offense in the Big 12, but I do love Mike Luke.
Yeah,
that's
guy.
my guy. That's my guy. Mike Luke and I bonded at a blackjack table. And so I feel like if I'm right about all of this, he needs to take me out for a little staycation or maybe just a day at Gila River Resorts.
I'm here for it.
And, maybe we can make it a boys trip, right? An ASU U of A boys trip, because Gila River Resorts and Casinos, absolutely nobody does it better. They've got all sorts of different locations. That's Wild Horse Pass, Lone Butte, Vequiva, Santan Mountain. And it's the experience, the best in the Valley. You have to go there, right? State-of-the-art gaming floor, fantastic food options as well, from upscale to approachable. They got poolside, they've got rooftop, they've got a quick bite to eat. They have sit-down restaurants, Asian fusion, burgers, pizza, everything that you could imagine, right? And on top of all of that, we're going to be hosting so many incredible events over at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. And the best part is, no matter what you want to do, whether you want to go for a staycation, whether you just want to go for a night out, whether you want to come for one of our events, whether you just want to go and get away for a little bit and try one of their 4,500 slots and live table games, or catch any of the action at their sports books, the best part is that you just do what you want. You do you at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. They'll be hosting events for Cardinals, for Suns, watch parties. Stay tuned for more info with that as the fantasy draft, as that comes out. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Just remember, you do you at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Visit playathila.com for more details.
Eric, it's not often that you and I are on the same page.
I don't think that's true.
You think we're on the same page a lot?
I think quite a bit, yeah.
Okay, name 3 times we're on the same page about something.
Right now.
Yeah, right now.
Right now.
Well, okay, this doesn't count, but go ahead.
Right now, and then the next one that we're going to do after that.
Okay.
I'd say we have pretty similar takes when it comes to Arizona State University in general. I don't think that we're really butting heads. I think we agree in our approach to content. I think that we're pretty similar when it comes to certain mindsets.
See, I disagree with you.
Okay, please tell me.
No, well, I'll let you go first. We did offenses. Let's get to defenses. The most dangerous defense in the Big 12. Easy answer is
Utah.
Yeah. We are on the same page here. Look, I'll let you get into your reasons in a second, but somebody earlier, when I was saying that Utah was going to have the most dangerous offense, said they don't buy it. Utah wins games because of their defense.
Yeah.
And that is true. And it's not necessarily because any individual player. It's because of the unit, the culture, the scheme that they run. Again, the Pac-12, different than the Big 12. I would argue the Pac-12 has usually had more high-powered offenses. Right? You've got the Oregon, USC, Washington, and the list just kind of goes on and on. So last year, Utah had the second best defense in the Pac-12. In 2022, they had the best defense in the Pac-12. In 2021, they had the best defense in the Pac-12. In 2020, they had the second best defense in the Pac-12. In 2019, they had the first defense in the Pac-12. 2018, second best defense. And literally the list goes on and on and on. They are always a top 2 defense. Again, this is just what Kyle Whittingham does. He suffocating defense. The pass rush is always impeccable. And it's just a tough team to play.
Yeah. No, you could also label this somehow the safest defense as well, as the one that you can make the most bets on and say, who am I going to know coming week in and week out is going to play the best, most fundamentally sound, team-oriented defense?
Yeah.
That's Utah. Yeah. Right? This was probably the one I thought about the least.
Yeah, I would say the same.
Is just it's easy. Like Utah on offense, I think there's more question marks. There are more players that you could point to and say, I'm just not sure. Dorian Singer. Sorry, just catching a stray. But this one, super easy. I don't really have much more to say than what you said. I think you nailed it. See, we're on the same page. Again, I don't know what you're talking about.
We'll turn the page and we're on the same one again.
I mean, listen, we're on the same pages. This was, I think the second was also probably the one I had to think about the second least.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. Do we just want to jump right into it?
Yeah, let's do it. The most surprising defense in the Big 12 this season, Erik Ruby, is...
It's your Arizona State Sun Devils, right? And again, this is based off of expectations. And I think one of the main things that has stood out to me from, obviously, hearing your reports from camp throughout all of fall, but also going up to Camp T over the weekend, that defense is just so solid. There are so many transfers that are going to come in and make an impact. Returning players that did stay have gotten better. And the scheme... B Ward, D Cord, beautiful every single time. And listen, to be honest with you, if you're talking about which unit, offense or defense, seems more cohesive, more gelled,
it's defense,
has more chemistry together, even with so many moving parts, that defense feels like they've been playing together for a long time. I think they have the best talent. I think that they have so much talent that people are completely underrating because they're transferring from other schools, even some big time schools like a Zach Swanson or a Cole Martin or a Kamari Wilson or a LaTerrence Welch. Like, all of them can come in and be impact players, let alone the ones that stayed as well. This Arizona State defense is going to be the reason why they win more games than people expect them to be this year. They will be that driving force to why they will not finish 16th in the Big 12. They will be the most surprising defense, bar none, easily.
Yeah, I mean, you bring up a lot of the transfers, and it's been pretty consistent with just how good the defense has been throughout fall camp. You've got defensive transfers. You've got multiple from Texas. You've got one from Florida, one from LSU, one from Oregon, one from Purdue. And the list just kind of goes on and on. Javen Robinson, who we talked to. One from Arizona, and Jacob Kongaika. That's going to be a big part of the Arizona State defensive line. The secondary is littered with transfers from big-time schools that they just didn't get a play in that rotation as younger players, that now they have that opportunity. And they all came at the same time, so there is so much more depth in the secondary. We talk about the transfers a lot, but you can look even at a guy like Keith Abney, who we talk about consistently, or Montana Warren, who were here as freshmen, and now this is their second year in this system. Tate Romney at the linebacker position in the second level of this defense was here last year. He played a big part. And then you throw in New Mexico State's best linebacker in Keyshawn Elliott, who was a 100-tackle player last year, and then San Diego State's team defensive MVP in Cyrus Fiaseu.
And we might not even be talking about who could end up being the best player on the defense. Xavier Alford.
Yeah, Xavier Alford, Cole Martin, Mason Williams.
The depth part is really what has me excited about all of this.
Yeah.
Because you're not just looking at like 3 or 4 good players coming from other schools that are looking for a new opportunity, and then if 1 or 2 of them get interesting or get injured, then you're done. Yeah. Right? Like, you have, especially in your secondary, like, you have bodies and you have players that can step up and they can make plays, athletes, and also players that are really smart as well. And when you talk about replacing people from injury and stepping into a bigger role, like, usually the thing that differentiates players, they're all really amazing athletes. They're all top 1% athletes. It's, do you know how to use that? Do you know where to be? Do you understand the game? Do you have those instincts? And there are so many, literally, I cannot emphasize enough, there are so many more players on this Arizona State defense this year than last year who can do that. They will have to go through injuries because that is football. It happens. Ask a Vikings fan. Injuries happen.
Damn, see, man, he's just taking shots left and right for no reason.
Sorry. I'm actually not sorry. I thought that was funny. But they have guys who could step in and guys who could do it, reliable.
Yeah.
And that's so big for a scheme that players love, and it's the reason why they're able to get such talented players. All of that's going to come into play.
No, you're absolutely right. Chef is still in the chat.
Chef is not a fan.
He's arguing with Ryan about the top 10 quarterbacks in college football.
I've been told that's maybe my worst take. Sure.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you've had worse take. Oh, your worst take is that you don't like pickles.
I hate pickles.
Yeah, that's for sure your worst take. I'm not going to get into that. That's just going to piss me off. So, we'll move on.
You know what? Maybe we do disagree on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we do. We absolutely do. But it's
okay. I can't
okay.
even look at you right now.
It's okay. It's absolutely fine. Well, how about you looking at the camera and tell me who the most disappointing defense is going to be?
This is something Arizona and Arizona State fans can't agree on. It's your Colorado Buffaloes, baby. Most disappointing defense. Oh, wait, does that... I think we have those
swapped.
switched. Yeah, we have those switched up. Kansas, I understand your take. However, for me, Colorado, all the talk out of Colorado camp, all of it. I believe he was in their defensive coordinator. It was like, we got bullets, right? You want to get hit with a 38 or you want to get hit with a 55? Yeah, listen, Warren Sapp, I'm sorry. That Colorado defense is probably going to get torched.
Yeah.
Right. And it's the same thing. People are, Colorado offensive line is better. I'm sure it's better. That doesn't mean that it's good.
Yeah.
Right. I would not be surprised if Colorado is a bottom 5, bottom 6.
They're going to be bottom
defense.
5, 6, defense, offense, special teams. Doesn't matter.
And I think that their offense has more players that can sustain that, and make it less, quote, disappointing. But again, we're talking based off of expectations here. Arizona and Colorado are in the same category of these fans have massively high internal expectations that the country is not really agreed
massively
on.
High doesn't even describe the expectations coming out of Boulder. Their expectations are for Deion Sanders to lead the next mission to the fucking moon and to claim it as their own. That's the expectation that Colorado fans have. They're White Walkers, they're droids, whatever mindless army that you want to throw at them. That is what that fan base is. And it's going to be laughable. Like defensively, offensively, I am telling you, there might be a moment where we do a watch party for one of these games. I might do an emergency pod for if they end up losing that first game to North Dakota State.
Yeah, that'd be tough. Colorado State's going to be a tough game for them as well. Listen, I just think that you could put Colorado as most disappointing in almost every category if you just base it off of, again, internal expectations from that fan base. We're talking about a team that the fans are saying will contend for and will be in the college football playoffs.
If
like
they
that's
contend,
what they're saying.
And this is I'm in recency here. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Sure.
If Colorado finds a way to make the college football playoff, that would be the biggest turnaround in college football over the last 15 years. Because this team, mind you, won a single conference game last season. They were at the bottom of the Pac-12. They beat Arizona State, who, mind you,
barely
had a tight end and a running back playing quarterback last season. Didn't have enough offensive linemen to field the special teams unit at certain points. And Arizona State was leading that game up until the final 2 minutes in blown coverage by Arizona State's best defensive player off his worst defensive play of his career.
Right. Yeah, it would be an absolutely massive turnaround. Absolutely.
But hey, Sports Illustrated
Person
of the
Year who likes to quote unquote bully people.
Yeah,
so love
just
that.
great. It's great. Go Deion. Right? Now, my answer is Kansas. As much as I want to say it's the Buffs, I'm going to say Kansas. And I'm going to start off by acknowledging that Kansas has two of the best defensive backs in the Big 12.
That's why I didn't
in Kobe Bryant and Mello Dotson, which
great names,
phenomenal names for DBs.
Kobe
they
and
have, and they're lengthy guys, 6'1", 6 foot, $190, $170. They're seniors, so you know what you're getting out of them. My only issue is you can have great defensive backs, but if you don't have a pass rush, I'm sorry, but these guys can't sit in man coverage and run with some of these wide receivers all day long. And I don't think Kansas is going to have much of a pass rush this season. I don't think they're going to really have much of a second level of this defense as well. So you're really banking, obviously, on their offense. And then defensively, you're hoping and praying that you can find some way to get some pressure so that these DBs can go make plays. But if teams decide to just run it up the gut every single time, those DBs mean just about nothing.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Putting pressure on the quarterback will make it harder on the quarterback to deliver nice throws. And if your quarterback is just sitting in the pocket, and inherently the advantage is an offense, right? In any sport, the advantage is an offense, except for maybe baseball. Basketball, the defender is reacting. Yeah. The defender is always reactive. Trying to, in football, if you are a DB and you're going up against a wide receiver, and even if you are better than the wide receiver, if that receiver has extra time to get open or to make an extra cut or to keep you guessing and keep you on your toes, the reality is they will probably get open. Yeah. They will probably find a way. And if they don't that play, they will the next one, right? So putting pressure on the quarterback not only allows your DBs to be able to jump balls and be able to get into passing lanes that are maybe a little bit more obvious because they have to make a quick decision. Yeah. They have to exert less energy. And if you had to choose between having an elite secondary and an elite pass rush, you're going to choose an elite pass rush.
No, I absolutely agree.
So
absolutely agree.
I see where you're coming from.
Look, we're going to get to the Big 12's just team superlatives here in a second, but I do want to get to what Ryan is talking about. Him and Chef are just continuing to argue about the quarterbacks. No, but he says something I totally disagree with. So he says Nico has never played a snap of college football, so he isn't. I don't know who he's referring to when he's talking about Nico, but saying Ward and Daniels aren't better either. Go look at any publication. Most of them have Fifita as a top 5 quarterback. Not all publications are just when you're talking about top 5 quarterbacks, a lot of this is opinion based. Yeah. So a publication can say Noah Fifita's top 5 quarterback. It's really tough to measure that. Noah Fifita's not an NFL quarterback. That's just based off of his stature. That's not going to happen. And again, he's got 1 year of tape. I get what people want to say about Jalen Daniels at Kansas. If Jalen Daniels has the season, again, that Fifita had last year, we're talking about Jalen Daniels being a first-round quarterback. He's a more talented overall quarterback. He's a better build for a quarterback. He's an older quarterback. And Cam Ward, the argument that Cam Ward's not better than Noah Fifita is absolutely ridiculous. I would highly, highly recommend you go turn on any Washington State game last year and watch Cameron Ward, what he was capable of last season. That Miami offense is going to be fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
This season.
So just so you know, Nico, it's a tough last name. I'm gonna do my best. Ia Maleva is one of the best recruits in his class. He stepped in for Hendon Hooker last year.
We're talking about Tennessee's quarterback?
Yeah, Citrus Bowl MVP. He will probably be a top 10 quarterback, maybe by the end of the season, a top 5 quarterback in college football.
JK in the chat. Colorado takes are annoying. Are you saying our Colorado takes are annoying, or just Colorado?
I
takes
do
in
agree
general?
that in general, Colorado football, any sort of take around Colorado is annoying because they are just annoying to talk about.
That's absolutely
So-
fair. That is fair. Well, look,
We'll put our hand up on
I'm
that.
gonna ease the stress, ease the pain, and say go to Circle K.
Oh,
Because Circle
that would
K
be so nice right
has everything that you need. Look, I'm gonna go get myself an energy drink at the end of this because I need to pick me up. And of course, Circle K has a ton of different options. I was actually there this morning. They have like cold brews that you can get at Circle K in a can, and they hit so damn good. But whether it's the drinks that they have, the 1,000 options that they have for snacks, spicy, salty, sweet, they've got it all. If that's not enough, they're helping you save money on gas every single day with Inner Circle. It's their free membership program where you guys can save 25 cents per gallon on your first 5 fill-ups. And then every day after that, you could save 3 cents per gallon as well. Join Inner Circle for free by downloading that Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit circlek.com for details.
Listen, back in the day, back in high school, it was notorious.
Back in the day.
For procrastinating.
Back in high school, what was that? 5 years ago for you?
No, it's been more than that.
Just a tad?
No, it's actually right now.
Yeah, you're still in high school?
According to some people, I'm
Wow.
like 15 years
That's
old.
tough for you.
So
That's tough
we're
for
gonna
you.
we're gonna roll with that.
15?
Yeah, it was notorious.
Just grow a beard, dude.
Yeah, we'll see. Notorious for procrastinating, right? And didn't do me any favors, right?
Yeah.
GPA was still good, but I was very stressed out
Yeah.
about it. But that's the beauty about Game Time is that they've taken my procrastination itch and they've actually rewarded me for it. Because Game Time has last minute deals on tickets and is the lowest guaranteed price. And I am playing a dangerous game right now. But it's not as dangerous when it's with Game Time.
Yeah.
There is a concert that I am looking to buy some tickets to for a special someone, my wife's birthday.
Oh, wow.
And the tickets right now are really expensive.
Yeah, that's valid.
It's the only thing that she wants for her birthday. Right. So I'm like, I got to find a way to do this. And luckily for me, I know that I have our friends over at Game Time. And yeah, maybe you can sweat a little bit as you get closer to the show, but you know that as soon as you get really close, those prices are going to drop and you're going to be able to get in the door. They have last minute deals. You can save up to 60% off from buying last minutes for sports, concerts, comedy, theater, and more. They have flash deals, zone deals, all in pricing, all up front. That is by far and away the worst thing about when I used to use other ticketing sites and apps. It'd be like, wow, what a reasonable price for tickets. Click. Wow, that's 5 times as expensive as it was when I clicked it on the last
The fees
page.
are like, they multiply.
Game Time doesn't do that to you. Right. And they have that lowest price guarantee. If you find a lower ticket, they will credit you 110% of the difference.
Oh, damn.
They will literally give you money. That is how serious they are about giving you the best deal. They won't just match it. They'll make sure that you make money if you go out and find something that is cheaper. Plus, they have insurance. They have a great customer service policy. And you can take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. All you have to do is download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code PHNX for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply, but again, create an account, redeem code PHNX for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed.
So who's the artist?
No free ads. It's Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish?
Yeah.
She's all right. She got some good music.
Yeah, I actually thought her last album was pretty good.
Yeah.
But wifey would very much like to go see Billie Eilish for her birthday.
Wifey,
gift.
that's such a flex that you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's absolutely a flex.
Just drop it casually.
Just wifey,
just drop it casually.
You know how it is.
Just drop it casually. Might set me back a little bit for those tickets though.
Yeah.
So. But not with Game Time. I will say it's going to be tough when it's like, hey, do you have those tickets yet? And I'll be like, trust me. just trust me. Just trust me.
You married me.
Just
I
trust
got
me.
you.
I got you. No, I don't have them right now.
Turn it into an ad. You got to read the ad to her so she gets it.
Yeah, no, she would love that.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I can save us. Actually, I've already used Game Time, so I don't get the $20
Yeah.
off. But I already got that for D-backs tickets, so I'm sorry, babe.
All right. You want to get to the final 3
You want to get
superlatives
back to us being on the same page and proving that your take is wrong?
Well, whoa. First off, my takes are never wrong.
You're right. You've never been wrong.
I'm literally the most
correct person I've ever met.
There you go. I mean, you
See, we're on the
literally
same
said
page.
it. You literally
we're on
said
the
it.
same page.
But look, I've been pretty consistent, right? I said the most dangerous defense was going to be Utah. I said the most dangerous offense was going to be Utah.
Yes.
So that means that the most dangerous team in the Big 12
is, drumroll please, Texas Tech.
Okay, stop it. It's Utah.
Yeah.
Look, if you have the
It's
best
Utah.
offense, you have the best defense, you're going to be the best team. That is not rocket science here. Kyle Whittingham, I believe he is one of the most slept on, underrated coaches in college football history, just based off of what he's accomplished over his, 2 decades with Utah.
Just something light.
Yeah, there's a reason
Just
he's
a
been
couple
at Utah.
decades of being consistently good on both
decades.
sides of the ball.
Yeah. Winning.
It just happens
A lot of
sometimes.
winning. They're going to continue to win. There is a reason that they are currently the number 12 team in the country before the season has even kicked off. Atop every other Big 12 team.
Yeah.
It's because they're that damn good. And again, you throw in Cameron Rising, regardless of what Mike is saying, Cameron Rising is playing this season. And they're going to be a damn good football team.
Yeah, no disagreements here. Hey, they're a machine.
Yeah.
They are a machine, and there is a reason why Kenny Dillingham is trying to model Arizona State's growth
Yeah.
after Utah.
That's a good
And
point.
there's a reason why Kyle Whittingham is such a big fan of Kenny Dillingham in Arizona State, because he sees that is actually how it's being done.
He's a fan.
Right.
He's a fan. He's a fan.
Yeah, but in a better way.
Yeah.
In a better way.
That's
Let's
fair.
look at that.
That's fair. That's fair.
But I remember after the Utah game last season,
Yeah.
Whittingham just had so much praise for Kenny
Yeah.
Dillingham. And this is the model. This is what you want to be like, right? And there might be room to nudge yourself in there as the Whittingham era comes to an end, presumably after the season.
Yeah.
I know they've named a replacement for him like 8 freaking times
Yeah.
at this point, but this one feels like it's for real. Utah, they're going to try to send him out on top. I think they'll be the best team in the Big 12. I think they'll win the Big 12. They're definitely a contender to be in the college football playoffs, let alone possibly a higher
They'll be in the
seed
college football
if
playoff.
everything goes right. It all comes down to health, but that's them and every single team out there. So
Yeah, literally.
easy answer, Utah.
So the most surprising team then.
Another easy answer for me, to be honest
Okay,
with
let's
you.
hear it.
Was it an easy answer for you, considering we came to the same conclusion?
We came to the same conclusion, but I had a bunch of different teams in my head.
I mean, there were definitely contenders, but I'm just very, very, very intrigued.
You're
with
very
Iowa
pro
State.
Cyclones.
I'm big time Rocco guy. I
Big
think
time
that
Rocco guy.
their offense, like I said, is going to be the most surprising offense. But also their defense has gotten better as
Yeah.
well. They have a really, really good linebacker core.
They're returning a bunch of starters.
Yeah. They have 4 projected starters coming back. Some great names: J.R. Singleton, Dominique Orange. That's your
Dominique Orange?
That's your inside linebackers. Then you got a Joey Peterson. You need a Joey Peterson. in
Every team needs a Joey Peterson.
Tyler Onyedim.
Sure.
Yeah, those are all just on your line. Those are 4 returning starters there. Iowa was second in defense in the Big 12 last season, and I think they're gonna be the most surprising offense. So they have returners from their pass rush, from their overall defense. That was one of the 2 best in the conference last year, plus returners on offense, a young quarterback who was really coming on at the end of last year. And now he's going to take another step, have a better system around them, have more confidence. You know, it's hard because it is Iowa State, and you kind of expect, it's like, oh, Iowa State. But I think Iowa State's going to shock a lot
Iowa State
of
was
people.
really good with Brock Purdy. You could make the argument that Rocco Becht is going to have a better career at Iowa State than Brock Purdy did.
Yeah.
And that's, again, you could just look at the numbers on that.
Yeah.
Pretty sure Rocco broke a lot of
Rocco
Purdy's
had
records last season.
one of the better seasons for somebody his age last year.
And they got better. They returned a lot of key players. Love their coach. Iowa State is going to be a good team. And I think, again, if we're going based off of expectations, not a lot of people talking about the Cyclones. So just going there, sharing again, saying ASU, I'm having faith. I
Sure,
respect it.
I see it.
I respect it.
Based off of expectations, if ASU ends up 10th in the Big 12 and everybody had them easily 16th, that is the most surprising.
That's
thing.
fair. That
right,
is
like
fair.
that's the path. Again, we're not talking about best team, and I agree with Sharon. I think because of the defense, and the big question is offense. If one of your quarterbacks comes out and is just solid with the different playmakers that you have around them, and Cam Scattaboo is Cam Scattaboo, and the running back room makes an impact as well, there's definitely a chance that ASU is in this conversation. I considered them. I just think that having the type of talent that Iowa State has, and especially having that quarterback elevates your floor so much. Iowa State's the easier answer, but again, expectations for Iowa State are about 10 times higher than they are for Arizona State.
Yeah.
So if ASU ends up not in the bottom 6, 7, or 8 of this conference, that is easily, by far and away, the most surprising team.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with you on that. I don't have much else to add. On that note,
I love this last one.
We will get to the most disappointing team here in a second, but I think it's only right that Chef and Ryan have been going back and forth that we together collaborate of top 10 quarterbacks.
We're doing this. I think that's an episode.
I don't think it's an episode.
Why would we step on ourselves?
I don't think it's an episode because I think we could do it in like 2 minutes.
Okay, Carson Beck.
1. Quinn
Jackson
Ewers.
Dart.
Okay, there's 3 total. Cam Ward, 4.
Dylan Gabriel.
5.
Shador.
I'm putting Shador over Noah.
Milrow.
I'll give you Milrow. I'm taking Rocco Beck.
You already said Cam Ward?
No. So, fuck my math.
Let's do it again.
Okay.
Okay. You list them off. I'll count them. Okay.
Quinn Ewers. Carson Beck. Cam Ward.
3.
DJ Uiagalelei.
4.
Dylan Gabriel.
5.
Rocco Becht.
6.
Shador Sanders.
7.
Jalen Daniels.
8. Milrow.
Jalen Milrow.
9.
We need one more.
Maybe he could. Nico, if Nico is going to be on
there's got to
well.
be one. There's got to be one proven already that will take.
Cam Rising.
I'll take Cam. Sure.
Riley Leonard.
Oh yeah, Riley Leonard, absolutely.
10.
Boom, easy. And we had some to spare. Maybe.
Yeah. Give me Garrett Green. No, he's better than Garrett Green. He's better than Garrett Green. I'm not stupid.
Riley Leonard, watch out. Watch out for Notre Dame. Okay, I'm just saying it. I think they're number 7 in the poll. They're going to be a nasty team this season.
Graham Mertz.
Graham Mertz is awful
at football.
I'm
kidding.
Awful at football.
I'm kidding.
He's at Florida this year?
Yeah.
Dude, Florida is going to get just run over. In their last 5 games of the season, they have the toughest college football schedule that I have ever seen.
Can I tell you the best name for a quarterback besides Rocco Becht?
It's General Booty.
It's true. SMU's quarterback, Preston Stone.
Wow.
Tell me that's not a quarterback.
I mean, I feel like Preston Stone and Rocco Becht have to play against each other at one point.
Yeah, Stone and Rock.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Dear Lord. Arizona State,
our
baby.
Sport's great.
Arizona State. So, the most disappointing team in the Big 12 this season.
I'm glad Mike's doing his show right now.
Who's it going to be, Eric?
Listen, this was really hard, and I think we nailed it. These were the 2 that I was considering, and these are the 2 that
let's
have
just
the most
beat up on these teams together, honestly.
delusional fan bases of maybe all time.
Yeah, it's the Wildcats and the Buffs, for sure.
Listen, the internal expectations, I think Arizona will be a fine football team this year.
They're fine.
I do not think they will be a bad football team this year. I do not think they will be the best team in the Big 12, which their fans think they will be. I do not think they will be a college football playoff team, which their fans think they will be.
They're not going to be a playoff team.
The expectations internally for Arizona football and for Colorado football, I think they're even worse. It's just too much. It's just too much.
Yeah.
And there's a certain point where you have to be realistic, right? Deion Sanders
but you see, I feel
is
like
a walking disaster.
I feel like this is just a limping disaster. I feel like this is
my God.
I feel like this is just the basis of the fan bases. Right? Like, I feel like the fan base is just in general, that is their realism, is that they think that their teams and their programs are just that good. And for Arizona, I think they've got more to back it up than Colorado does.
Arizona will be a clearly better team than Colorado this year.
But I don't think either one of these teams, in terms of media, are doing themselves any favors. I don't know if you saw today. Brent Brennan, Arizona
now
closed. They've closed fall camp now to media because of a situation, I believe earlier today or yesterday. So no more fall camp for media. They've removed that. And I don't know if anyone else saw, I know you did, the Deion shit show press conference that he had. And our lovely Cronkite alum, Scotty Gange.
That's my boy.
Tore into Deion. And Deion actually blocked him.
Yeah, so
I want that block, dude. I want him to block me so bad.
You've got to get on TV. Listen, if you're unaware, Scotty and I are very good friends in college. Still talk to this day. He's out in Denver with 9 News. I actually saw him at Big 12 Media Day.
Yeah.
He is not one of the Colorado media members that is just
tearing into.
No, he is the one that is just like defending Deion to their last dying breath.
Yeah.
He's calling a spade a spade. And people are like, what do you mean Deion Sanders bullied these journalists? It's like, dude, like, you're
He
a
did.
public
He literally did.
You're a public figure.
He literally did.
And you're mocking questions. What does it mean beefed up? You know what the hell beefed up means,
Yeah.
dude. Oh, bolstered. What does that mean?
He tries to belittle the media members there.
Yeah. And so Scotty went on 9 News and put together a segment about how Deion was not a fan of getting asked questions at a press conference.
Hey, guess what? You're a head coach. That's
Yeah,
kind
a
of
lot
part of
of-
your job, huh?
A lot of Colorado fans were not happy with him, but I was telling him that we are happy with him and how popular
The
he
rest
is in
of
our
the
Discord.
nation is happy with you, Scotty Gage. I promise you. I promise you. And it's going to be so sweet when Colorado just crumbles. I've been a big hater.
Yeah.
I'm sticking on that train. I don't hate a team more than that team.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't. And they've done it to themselves, to be honest with you, within the program, within the coaching. Apparently, everything that any national media writes about it is a lie. Like, it's just, it blows my mind every single time. But Colorado and the Wildcats are two most disappointing teams this season in the Big 12,
Yeah.
at least in our preseason predictions.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a 5-star review, and also head to gophnx.com today.
Do it.
Click the little Die Hard tab. Okay.
Sorry, that was aggressive.
Here we go. Click. What do you unlock when you become a PHNX Die
Oh,
Hard?
just a little bit of everything. You get a free shirt or hat every single year. You get discounts to our events. You get a Die Hard card, a physical card. And I know our boy Ralph Amson loves showing off his Die Hard card. You get exclusive audio content, exclusive video content. You get an ad-free experience on our website for all of the wonderful writing. You can read all of Craig Morgan's wonderful articles, including his articles on ASU. Of course, you get Gerald and Jesse as well. You just get so much amazing content, and you get to be a part of the Die Hard Discord. That is the best part. The ASU Die Hard Discord is the best place to be for Arizona State Sun Devil fans. I know Sharon, one of our diehards in here right now, is always in there, always sharing just the best and the latest. And honestly, like, passing on news as well. You get some inside information. You get some breaking news. Look how fun this guy is. Look how crazy he is with his little helmet
Doesn't
on his
fit.
head. You get this kind of craziness in the Die Hard Discord as well. Make sure you guys sign up, gophnx.com, hit that little Die Hard tab, and become one today.
I love it.
No
was
better
that
place.
our dessert? We did the appetizer. We did everything else
That's the
to
dessert.
eat as a
It's
dessert.
the sweetest thing.
I love it.
Actually, the sweetest thing will be when Arizona and Colorado meet
You're
their
right.
downfall.
You're right. And I guess to pay the bill, all you got to do, head to Go PHNX, become a diehard,
That's
or give us a follow on social.
You
at
could do that.
PHNX_Sun Devils. You can follow me at Anthony_Totri. You can follow the Blind Mouse, also known as Chicken Little, also known as Professor Oates over here at Erik Ruby. That is Erik with a K. You can follow the DJ Coop at Coop Sports on social. In the meantime, guys, go Devils and peace.
We all silly like the mayor.